What is up, everybody? My name is Dane Thompson. Welcome back to another episode of Burn Down. So on today's episode, we'll get you guys up a little bit. We are still in the Twinnebago. I've actually done some stuff, but I was lazy last week because it was kind of the same stuff I've been beating you guys up with. We played with transmission coolers again, and I went to edit the video and I'm like, man, I don't want to edit this again. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of get you up to date on what we're where we're at with it. We're gonna test drive it today because I haven't test driven it since I changed everything around, and then that way we can move it out of its space because it's kind of in my way at this point. And then we will get on to the next thing, which I think we're gonna start looking at the fuel tank. So I have an Avalanche fuel tank in there that we wedged in there. So there's a couple problems with it. It's hard to fill because where the fill neck is, it kind of cruises around and there's not a lot of fall. So I think that is partly due why I can't get like over 3/4 tank. And then the second issue I have with it is the fuel sender doesn't work, which I know that I could fix. Obviously it's just a GM part, but I figure you know, that doesn't work, the fuel sender doesn't work, and I still have the original tank and it holds more fuel. So I don't think our fuel consumption is as good as I was hoping it to be. I was hoping to be double digits, but I don't think we're there. So we need to pack more fuel in it, because if we'd like to take it to Arizona, it's quite a drive, and I really don't want to try to hit every single station on the way to Arizona. Maybe like 2/3 of the stations from here to Arizona instead of all of them. Especially you get right outside on the border of Arizona and California, and they get wild with their prices. When we went to the Rocky Mountain Race Week, they were at $5. I know that doesn't sound crazy right now, but this was a couple months ago or whatever, over a month ago, when prices were starting to move. They weren't what they are now, but even in California terms, it was like over $5, and that is a lot for here. So let's go plug this thing in. I'll show you what we got, and we'll go from there. So if you missed the video a few weeks back, we put the little piece on here to help guide the air. So we got that done. Somebody mentioned the catch can, so yes, I do have a catch can. We plumbed it in. When I first put this in, we were just testing, so I didn't have that all plugged in, I don't believe, on the video. So that is all there, which I should probably actually check how full it is. You'll notice this is black. So after I got done with the transmission cooler moving it, I went to drive it, and I noticed that this adjuster basically had come loose and come off. So I had to take all this off and take the drum off and put the adjuster and adjust the brakes. So initially, this was the pocket where we had the cooler. So I moved it, and we put the cooler from there, which was the larger cooler, all the way back underneath, ta-da, right here. So we've got cooler 1 and then cooler 2. And it's all wired, plumbed, everything. This is a pull, and then I still have that one set up as a push. And after like putting this one in, looking at it, I believe that one's kind of in a poor position as well, but it is what it is. And we'll go from there. And then they're still in series, so it goes in this one over to that one and then back to the transmission. So move my wheel chocks, get my road dog over here, see if Peaches wants to go. Hey Peach. Somebody was asked about the bulldog. Oh no, she's got zombie eye. We have to clean her zombie eye. She's old, by the way. Peaches is like 12, so we'll clean her up. I think she'll take a ride. She'll hang out. We'll test this thing out a little bit, and then we'll get onto the fuel tank. So let's get rolling. We got her zombie eye cleaned up. You want to go riding? Hey, Lulu. She's never been in the Twinnebago either. You want to go riding? Come on, let's go riding. Come on, let's go riding. Oh, come on, baby girl. She's gonna be confused. No, we're not going to the boom. We're gonna go in here. Look, you've never been in here. Oh, she's ready to roll. She's ready to roll. Coming at ya. All right, what do you think? What do you think? All right, let me secure everything down, and then we'll get riding. It's the first time in here, I think. What are you doing? She loves it. All right, Peaches is ready. You ready, Peach? All right, she's good to go. I'm good to go. We're gonna run out of here. We'll jump on the freeway. That should get the transmission up to temp. And then we will just cruise around slow because that's what really taxes the transmission. So we'll see if this cooler can keep things in check. And then we'll come back and take a look at the fuel tank. All right, we're just around the corner. And I do have to say, it is amazing when you adjust the brakes, how well they work. It stops evenly. It's not squeaking and yelling at me yet. That's good. That's positive. So let's keep on rolling. How you doing, girl? How you doing, Peach? Oh yeah, baby. All right, Peaches and I have been cruising a little bit, and unfortunately the freeway is like clogged, little California. So we're just taking side streets. It's like 40 miles an hour, so it keeps it out of lockup, which is good. It's just gonna take a bit more time to get the thing nice and warm. So we're working on it, boys. Peaches is getting warm though. She don't like the heat. All right, made it to a friend of mine's house. I'm gonna bug him, and I don't know if he's seen the Twinnebago in a while. And my hula girl, she danced so hard her skirt fell off. We're just having all kinds of problems. No, it's doing pretty good. We got the line temp up a little bit, so we'll see how she does. Take a quick break, we'll talk to Chuck. And we're at 172 on line temp, and then it's a little over 160 in the pan. So now we're up to temp. We'll see if fans kick on and do all that fun stuff. So let me see if he's here, hang out with him for a little bit, and then Peaches and I will get back at it. What do you think so far, girl? Oh, she's an egg. Been around for a while. We've got the line temp at 180, 181, and then the pan temp is barely above 160, so we're under 180 for the pan temp. So I'm gonna start cruising around more. The fans are set to kick on at like 180 off at 175 for the transmission, which may be a bit low, but I figure I'm good with that. So it looks like the temperature's already dropping too on the line, so it's 179 now as I've been sitting at this light. So I guess we'll jump her on the freeway and then jump her off the freeway. Do that a couple times because that'll kind of put it through its paces, and we'll see how we go. It's already going down, so that's good. All right, we're at 177. Give her a little juice, get her rolling. This guy wants a piece. Almost had to give him the smoke. All right, let's cruise up here. We'll get off, and then we'll get back on. I almost had you. We didn't give him full steam, but we were pretty close. I think we could have downshifted on him, and I don't know if he would have been able to merge. Can't be too much of a jerk. Get the motor home. Burn. I grabbed the school bus. Alright, we jumped on and then back off real quick. And it literally climbed up like 2 degrees and then is back down at 177. So that is phenomenal. The fans haven't shut off though, because they're supposed to shut off 175. Pan is still under 180, so we'll jump on again, maybe cruise a bit further and go down further into town, then we'll take the side streets back so it's nice and slow. Oh, sputter, sputter, go. Go, man, go. Do another freeway on-ramp. And then we'll cruise around back to the back streets. Kind of bring it back when we get home, let you know how she did. But so far, I mean, it is way better than it was. So we are cruising pretty flat ground. Just normal, 60, little traffic, it's a little warm. And the fans for the trans cooler are up, which is phenomenal. So it was in dead airspace. I feel good about this. We'll truck it home on the slow streets, unlocked, give it a little bit of a workout. But yeah, this thing is 100% better. It's warm outside, and the thing is at 173 with the air temperature moving through it. So I feel good about that. Let's go home. We'll look at the fuel tank. Although I do gotta adjust like the lockup and stuff, because the lockup is terrible. It's locking up too early now. All right, I'm happy with that. So we are idling after driving all around, and it's down to 177. Look at it, it's going down. So I'm calling that good. I think we are good. I feel confident in that. We are still gonna put water squirters on here at some point, just in case, you know, stuff hits the fan, especially towing on a grade. But yeah, we motored all around. It's pretty warm. It's not quite 90 right now out. So you figure ambient temperature, you know, it's 80 something degrees. Let me see. I think it's 86 or something. 82. So 82. So you figure if it went up 10 degrees ambient, so it was 92 and we were rolling, we'd be up another 10. So we would be like 183 motoring down the freeway. No big deal. That is more than acceptable. And I know a lot of you guys on here say, oh, I can go to 240, 260. Well, if it ever gets there, it's because I am in dire need. I can't pull off. We have to keep trucking, and I'm gonna be sweating bullets if we ever get to that point. But I like things nice and cool. The fluids stay happy. They don't break down. And then the car doesn't break down, and then I'm happy. So we're calling that a win. I'm very excited. So the effort paid off for moving that deal. So now that it's 82 outside or whatever it is, it's supposed to be like 90 today. We'll go grab that fuel tank. We'll see what we're working with, kind of give it a plan of attack. I'll show you guys what we're going to try to do with that. All right, our star passenger. Get her some nice cool water. She did very good. You did very good. And you're beautiful. She loves car rides. We didn't take her camping though because she's pretty old and it was pretty brutal. It was hot. And she does good with the heat for a bulldog, but you still got to keep an eye on her, you know. All right, here is the original candidate, and I wasn't sure how filthy it was inside. It wasn't set up for EFI, so I elected to just not deal with it, right? Here's the fill neck, so that coincides real nice. You know, this is the edge of the RV. Just goes straight in, you dump the fuel in. Life is good. We don't need these. I just have them sitting over there. Might as well put those away. And I used the original mount to hold the back side of the tank that's in place now. So I actually have this mount, the other mount that's obviously original, and then this is the OG strap. So the cool part about throwing this thing back in place is it will literally bolt right back up where it goes. The only issue we have is sending unit, which, you know, it's actually exciting, guys, is I bought a sending unit, and let's scrape some of this crust off here and see, but that thing may just drop right in, which would be super magical. Anyway, don't want to get too ahead of myself, so we're going to do a new sending unit, and then we're going to pick a spot, and then Joey G made me that pickup. Essentially, it's the drop-in unit, so we'll have to mark a spot. So let's clean this real quick, though, because I just noticed that I've never really messed with this thing too much. I was going to try to run the original sending unit, but I figured since I'm here, once I put fuel in this thing, I don't want to deal with it. So let's grab that other sending unit. We'll scrape this off and we'll see what kind of start we're working with. And then I'll show you guys the other pieces and parts that are going to go into this. And then that's where we will wrap this video, and we'll bring you back when I'm actually messing with it. So let's take a look at that real quick. Maybe we can get excited. Maybe we just pull this off just because I'm super excited right now. And we'll see if that works. And then I will bring you guys along when we convert this to EFI. My crazy lame idea to hopefully that'll work out, and then we'll stuff it back under the Twinnebago, and we'll have 40 gallons instead of the 30 that are in there, because Big Betty over here seems to eat some fuel. Scraping the crust off of things, especially when you're excited, it's like finding gold, because I may actually have the same pattern, which I think we might. I'll be excited. All right, boys. Let's find out. This is the new sending unit. It's got this fancy little floaty deal. I think that's probably magnetic or something, and it goes up and down, and then it reads the fuel level. And I think we may have just gotten lucky. We will test this right now. And then this, I don't have the other piece with me. I gave it to a buddy of mine to see if we could probably replicate it. But this is the drop-in portion that Joey G made. It has room for fitting, so feed and return. And then this is the piece that sinks down and it holds the pumps. So he made it extra long because offhand the tank was laying on its side, so I thought it was longer than it was. But this will allow me the chance to cut it down as needed. So basically just make a hole for this and drop the whole bad boy in, and Bob's your uncle. But let's see. I think we are in luck, boys. Drum roll. Bada dripping. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's end this video on a high note. That means that that thing is a bolt-in deal, which I thought I was gonna have to mess with, so that's even less work. Sorry, I got some dust on you. So that's even less work to get to the finish line. So this is the depth. So see how she'll sit in there? The damn thing will bolt on in place. So that gives us a new sending unit, and it's offset, which is amazing because then that leaves me room for this dog here, kind of getting the plan, the visual together. This dude can go centered, and we are going to have an EFI tank for the Twinnebago out of the OG tank. So I am going to cut a hole, obviously, to drop that unit in, and then we'll kind of peek around in there and see what kind of shape she's in. You know, clean it up. I should be able to fit my whole arm in there and kind of give her a once over. But that is exciting. Technically we should have done this from the beginning, but I thought I was being smart, getting away from the metal tank, going to the plastic. But this one is going to fill much easier. I can pick one of these for the vent, which is really killer, probably maybe the one over here or whatever. Just take this and vent it obviously to atmosphere, and then we'll just plug this up, run this guy. Bob's your uncle. I'm excited. Thank you guys for following along. So we've got EFI tank stuff coming up. Hopefully we can have a little fun with the Twinnebago here for you guys pretty soon as well. Now that she's kind of running good, maybe we can find a car show or something to take her to and just, you know, show up and take Big Betty out there and just have a little enjoyment out of it now that it's like a lot less stressful. It seems to be working out. Anybody wondering, I'm building this for my son. We're not covering it, but we shortened this thing up. I took 9 inches out so his little feet hit the pedals, and he thoroughly enjoys dirt racing, so trying to get him a go-kart. I know he has a monster truck. It's a little difficult to control, so we're going to get him a little smaller open air, see if he likes that a bit more. And then yeah, so never-ending battle, tons of stuff. Really want to get back on this, but first things first, we are close. We get the fuel sorted on this. I feel confident we will make it till this thing is basically done. We can get onto the boom, get back to the track, have a little fun. I'm excited. That drop-in deal just made my day. It saved me a ton of work. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.